Hello and welcome back to Today in the NBA, where we are going to be going over day one of the Las Vegas Summer League. Now to start off, we had the New Orleans Pelicans versus the Minnesota Timberwolves. For the New Orleans Pelicans, both Dyson Daniels and Jordan Hawkins showed out. Jordan Hawkins got up 10 3-point attempts and made 3 of them. Sad thing was he shot 1 for 6 from the free throw line, but I don't think that's a bit of a worry. The impressive thing about Jordan Hawkins was his defense and his passing, managing to rack up 5 assists and 2 steals. Dyson Daniels, also amazing, 6 for 14 from the field, 0 of 4 from 3, but he's never going to be a great 3-point shooter. 18 points, 5 boards, 3 assists, but with 4 steals and a block. He was an absolute lockdown defender this game. Another good player was EJ Liddell, 4 for 6 from the field, 3 boards. It was his first game, I believe, after tearing his ACL last summer league. Now for the Timberwolves, their real star was Leonard Miller. 7 for 11 from the field and 2 of 4 from 3 to go along with 11 boards. He had 16 points, 2 steals and a block as well. He was great for them. Another show-out player for the Timberwolves was Brandon Williams. 8 for 14 from the field, 7 of 9 from the line, 1 of 3 from 3. 3 assists and 3 steals with 24 points. He was absolutely great. Overall, this was a good game to watch and was definitely great for the stock of some of these younger players. Next up, we have the Denver Nuggets versus the Milwaukee Bucks. For the Nuggets, they were led in scoring by Peyton Watson, 6 of 12 from the field, 10 of 13 from the line, 5 boards, 2 assists, 3 steals and 3 blocks. He had a really good game. Now for the Bucks, they were led in scoring by their first round pick from last year, Marjon Beauchamp, 9 for 18 from the field, 23 points, 8 boards, 2 assists and a steal. Pretty good game for him, played very solid defense and had a plus-minus of 15. Now Nico Mannion was a little bit of a surprise here for the Bucks. 7 for 14 from the field, 4 boards, 3 assists and 2 steals with 16 points. He also had a very good game. Now Jazzy Gortman, who I believe went undrafted out of OTE, 5 for 7 from the field, 1 of 2 from 3, 13 points. He had a very solid game, especially considering he wasn't even drafted. Overall, this was a pretty good game. It was pretty close down the stretch, and it was definitely good for the stock of some of the younger players and some of the older players that are still trying to make an NBA roster. Next up, we have the Chicago Bulls versus the Toronto Raptors. No one on the Bulls really played all that well. The only notable performance was from their first round pick last year, Dalen Terry, who had 6 boards, 4 assists, 3 steals, 10 points. He did shoot 4 for 14 from the field, however. He also had 3 turnovers and 4 fouls. He has not looked like a very good player so far in his NBA career, sadly. Now for the Raptors, again, no one really played all that well, with the exception of Marquise Noel. 6 for 12 from the field, 4 for 6 from 3, 17 points, 4 boards, 5 assists and 3 steals. He played really well. Grady Dick definitely struggled, shooting 3 for 12 from the field and 2 for 9 from 3. He had 4 boards, 2 assists. He did play some good defense, however, which was one of his big worries coming out of Kansas. Overall, this game wasn't that good of a watch. No one really stood out. The only person that it was probably benefiting was Marquise Noel, who may find himself on an NBA roster next year. Next up, we have the Portland Trail Blazers versus the Houston Rockets. Now, I am recording this segment with the whole fourth quarter still left to go. Scoot Henderson did just go out injured, however, so I do feel comfortable talking about this game. I hope Scoot's going to be alright, and we'll start off with the Blazers. To start off with Scoot Henderson, he wasn't all that efficient from the field, 5 for 13, but he did look amazing. He was playing good defense. He was managing to score on Amen Thompson quite a bit, which was very impressive. He had 6 assists and only 2 turnovers. 15 points, he had a great game. Shaedon Sharpe did struggle a little bit, but he did hit 3 threes this game. He had 6 boards, 2 blocks, including a great highlight on Cam Whitmore. Jabari Walker played well, 2 for 2 from 3 was very nice to see, 7 assists as well. Chris Murray, 4 for 8 from the field and 2 of 6 from 3. He's had a very good game along with playing some solid defense. Another player to talk about for the Blazers was Rayan Rupier. His offensive game hasn't been on tonight, as he has only shot 0 of 2 from the field, but he's looked like a great defender. Now for the Houston Rockets. Jabari Smith, as I'm watching this now, he's only just started to heat up. 22 points. He's played very well this last quarter. 6 boards, 2 assists, along with playing some really good defense. Tari Eason has looked like probably the second best player on the court for the Rockets behind Amen Thompson. 4 for 8 from the field, 2 for 3 from 3. He's played some incredible defense to go along with 6 boards, 3 assists. Now Cam Whitmore has struggled. 3 for 12 from the field. His decision making has not looked very good. He's been trying to dunk it a lot, just trying to put people on a poster, and he has been getting tunnel vision. There was a play where he just went straight at the rim where there were, I believe, 2 open shooters. That is definitely something that he needs to work on. But now the big player for the Houston Rockets has been Amin Thompson, who has looked great. He has showed some incredible touch with his finishing with an insane and 1 inside hand finish to start the game off. He's shot 4 for 10 from the field, 3 of 3 from the line. Now the incredible thing with him was his passing. He had 4 assists, but if you ask me, it looked like he should have had about 15. He's been a great passer, making the right pass every time, but their centre, Jay Huff, hasn't really been able to make the most of it. Amin has also been playing some great defense, with racking up 3 steals and 3 blocks. He has looked like a true star in the making this game. Next up, we have the Cleveland Cavaliers versus the Brooklyn Nets. Now, as I'm recording this, there is about 4.5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. I'm recording this now, however, as I do want to watch all of Victor Wembanyama's first game. Start off for the Cavs, no one has really played well aside from Sharif Cooper and Luke Travers. Both of them shooting well. Sharif Cooper with 18 points, Luke Travers with 13 points. Emoni Bates, 23.5% from the field, 14 points. He's just been jacking up shots. Now for the Brooklyn Nets, David Duke Jr., 3 of 7 from the field, 6 boards, 3 assists. Not too bad. Noah Clowney's been solid defensively, managing to get 7 boards, an assist, and 2 steals. He is only shooting 1 for 9 from the field, however. Although the one shot that he did make was a 3, which is quite nice to see. Armoni Brooks playing well. 14 points, 5 for 10 from the field, 4 for 7 from 3. And that's pretty much it in this game. It hasn't been very interesting. Hasn't been a very good game. It is close, but it's sort of hard to be interested in this game when no one's really playing all that well. Next up, we had the long-awaited big game of the day, Victor Wembanyama's debut. Brandon Miller and the Charlotte Hornets played against Victor Wembanyama and the San Antonio Spurs. To start off on the Hornets, no one was really on tonight. Brandon Miller was a little bit better than usual, shooting 5 for 15 from the field, managed to get 11 boards and 3 steals, only got 5 fouls this time, which is much better than the 8 that he got in his debut. Nick Smith, 2 for 10, 4 points. He was facilitating alright, even though he only managed to get 3 assists. For the San Antonio Spurs, their best player of the night was probably Julian Champagnie, 7 for 15 from the field, 47%, 8 boards, 6 assists and a block. He had 20 points. Dominique Barlow played well as well, 5 for 9 from the field, 12 points, 9 boards, 4 assists. Now the big story of the night was Victor Wembanyama. He definitely struggled. 2 for 13 from the field. He had 8 boards and 3 assists, along with 5 blocks. He was amazing on defense, being an incredible rim deterrent, stopping almost everyone that came his way. But where he really shined tonight was as a passer. He was an amazing facilitator in this game. Overall, people are going to talk a lot about him getting dunked on by Kai Jones, but I don't think that has anything to do with his frame. There's not much he could have done. Kai Jones is just the type of player that will dunk on you. Anyway, it was a good game to watch. I'm a little bit disappointed, but I don't think that this means Victor Wembanyama is going to be a bust at all. Just look at what Trae Young did in the Summer League. Next up, we have the Sacramento Kings versus the Atlanta Hawks. To start off with Sacramento, the only player that was really a great positive this game was Neemias Queta and Jordan Ford. Neemias Queta had 13 points, 12 boards, 3 assists and 2 steals. Jordan Ford had 20 points, 2 boards, 2 assists and 2 steals. Jordan Ford shot an efficient 8 for 14 from the field, while Neemias Queta only shot 5 for 12. Queta, again, as I've said every video on this, looked like a dominant defensive presence in this game. Now for the Atlanta Hawks, they had no real standouts. AJ Griffin struggled with the increased load, 28.6 from the field, 33.3 from 3. He had 9 boards, which was really good, but he did sort of struggle playing defense and only ended up with 12 points. Kobe Buffkin, someone who I was incredibly high on coming out of the draft, shot 4 for 14 from the field and 0 of 8 from 3. In my opinion, he's not really a 3-point shooter, and he probably shouldn't have taken that many threes. He looked good facilitating the ball, and he looked great on defense. Even though he ended up with 8 fouls and 8 turnovers, I do think that is because he's a younger guard and he's not really as experienced as some of the other players. Even though he did play 2 years in college, he is still one of the younger players coming out of this draft class. Overall, the game wasn't that bad of a watch, but I still wish some of the players had performed better and made it a little bit more exciting. Now for the final game of the day, we have the Golden State Warriors versus the Los Angeles Lakers. For the Golden State Warriors, Brandon Podziemski sadly didn't play too well, shot 3 for 10 from the field. He did have 11 boards, playing some solid defense. However, the real star for them was Gui Santos, 9 for 15 from the field, 3 for 8 from 3, 7 boards, 2 assists, 2 steals, 25 points. He was really, really good this game. Now for the Lakers, Jalen Hood-Schifino only shot 3 for 11 from the field. He did have 5 boards, 3 assists, 4 steals, and a block, however. So he really was filling up the stat sheet, just wish he was more efficient. Max Christie, as he's been all summer league, was amazing. 6 for 11 from the field, 7 boards, 2 assists, 22 points. Overall, this wasn't too spectacular of a game. There were a few good performances, but still, I wish it were more exciting. Anyway, that does it for today. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.